back to React.js class. This is Vivin Arana, and today we will look at nesting components. So nesting React components is more useful when you have a bigger website, and you saw how you can use components. Whenever you have reusable components, you use them everywhere. But now you have a bigger section of your page which needs to be compartmentalized or which need to be built into some smaller components, and inside that you have many other components. So how do we nest components inside components? So that's what we are going to look at today. So this is what we did previously. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put everything inside app, the standard that they use. I'm going to create a function app, and then inside this return div. Let's make it div, and inside this I want to pass my component in here. Make sure serve closing, or I can just copy this here, get rid of this here and paste it here. So these values here, I pass it to this function and I'm using it inside this particular properties. So now I can create multiple if I want, and I can keep on adding that inside the app. So your code for your rendering is common, whereas is smaller, whereas you're kind of separating it out into different components and passing it through these variables. And that's how you can kind of separate your code out, have it in a different file. Now if you look at it, there's app.js, but we've not included it, and that's what app.js is actually doing. That was our initial website that we had. So since we don't import that in our we removed the import of app.js, so that's why it's not affecting it. But this is the app that is being called, and that's where we get this. And if I go right click and inspect this particular elements, let's make it a little bigger here because we don't need to write any code. See, inside body I have div, and inside div I have multiple divs with the users, but it doesn't make any sense here. We'll go back to our components, and inside here you'll see the app has its own components inside here, and we can create more of these similar parameters. We can just make it for cities or the person, and then have components just for persons, just for cities, and reuse them multiple places. So you have to figure out where your granularity stops and where do you stop building more components or dividing them. So there should be an equilibrium between how many components to create or how much level of separation you want. So it's very good idea to design this before you build your app. So that's how you can use nested components inside React.